Hey, what's up everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to the Swan Song. Today is episode number 15 in charge of Swansea City, of course, in the second season. This is currently how we're doing in the EPL this year. We are currently 8th place, as you can see. 4 wins, 3 draws and a couple of defeats. But we are sitting pretty in 8th place though, and we do have those game in hand, so we could easily catch up with the likes of Southampton and Liverpool in the upcoming weeks. So, my goal this season, as you remember if you watched some previous episodes, is going to be to try and get into Europe automatically. We got into Europe through an invitation this time around, and we're doing really well in Europe, and we're still waiting on to see who we're going to play in the next round. But apart from that, having a really good season, very solid season. We're going to make some great signings in January, so I'm very excited to see how that pans out. But for today's episode, this is the current fixtures right now. We have Cardiff at home. That should be a very winnable game. They're currently sitting 14th in the table. Then we play Crystal Palace in the League Cup. This is another tournament I want to win this year, another cup I should say. I'd like to try and compete really heavily in the FA Cup and League Cup. Then we have Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then if we have time, we'll do West Ham and Newcastle as well. Some pretty tough fixtures leading up to the December run. Let's get this episode started. So first and foremost, we have a game today up against Cardiff, I mentioned, at home. Obviously, returning to the Premier League this season. Let's see who the star players are. Sean Morrison apparently is their star centre-half. Not a bad-looking centre-half. Got some good attributes there. Strength and tackling are good, 18 and 17 respectively. Decent aggression, good heading ability, very, very solid centre-half, actually, very solid. And he's only valued at 5.25 million. That's actually really not that bad of a price. I'm going to keep him on my short list in case I need an emergency centre-half to try and bring in on the cheap. Robert Snodgrass, signed from Villa for 4.8 million, apparently is another one of the star players. Hasn't been lit up this year. Then you have Kenneth Sahore, apparently 4 goals in 11 appearances for him. He got 36 last season, so that's a pretty impressive record for him. Then they have J. Emmanuel Thomas up top, the former Arsenal player, youth project. He started apparently in the last game. But anyway, so here we go. Going into today's game. Again, I have to make some changes to the side. As you know, midweek we played Bromby, and there's only 3 days later, so a couple of players will be no doubt a little tired. So Kabayi definitely is going to miss out today. Dawson given a break. I would like to give Julian a break, but I probably can't afford to rest 2 centre-halves. Vidal, I could play Tudor today. I think that's pretty safe. Fellaini, we'll keep everyone else on just for now. I'll see who on the bench. Okay, who are we gonna play instead? Carl Bartley's available, so I'm guessing I'll get the start. Holding midfielder, we'll do Yaya Toure. Jensen then returns to the bench there. So let's see. Kalina. Instead of Cab, we'll put Dawson in there in case we need an emergency centre half. Who else? What else can we do here? Instead of Mesa, we'll put Kabayi, just because he's a better quality talent. And instead of Kalina, then we'll do Vidal. We've got plenty of strength. Okay, so there you go. There you go, enough rambling. All right, let's get into today's game up against Cardiff City. This should be a win. Obviously, bit of rivalry, isn't it? Swansea-Cardiff, 2 teams in Wales representing the English Premier League. Always found that kind of strange. There's actually a very interesting experiment going on right now. I forgot who it was. I do apologise to whoever that was. But basically, they put all the original Welsh teams that play in the English leagues back into the Welsh Premier League just to see how they would perform. Obviously, with that in mind as well, they get qualifications to Champions League and Europe and stuff like that. And it's a very interesting experiment. Highly recommend it. I don't know why I'm blanking on the individual who did that experiment, but it's pretty interesting stuff. All right, so first half here, and so far it's been pretty even, and it's 0-0 still. So going in second half, Callum Wilson top, and as I mentioned in the last episode, he's been very, very hot and cold of his form. He goes on runs where he gets a couple goals in the game and then he just disappears for 2 months and then gets a couple more goals. So I will be perhaps looking to replace him in the team in the future as long as I get a decent price striker. Again, I find a decent price striker in this market is pretty tough. We've still got the bid in, by the way, for Sergio Aguero. It'll be one hell of a deal. It's £180,000 a week. I don't think he's going to sign for me. I don't think he's interested in coming to Swansea. I don't particularly blame him all that much. But you never know. I mean, if he's on the market and he's available, you got to have a go at him. You've got to try and bring him in. All right. So we're struggling in midfield. Yeah, Toure's got a yellow card. I put on Matthias Jensen instead, who's definitely one of the future players for our team. We'll leave it at that for now. The game's pretty even. We could go either way. Both teams had chances here in the second half. from what I'm gathering. Penalty? Nope, wasn't given. Referee waved it off. Alright, so 15 minutes left. Oh, for fuck's sake, and Lee Tomlin gets a goal. Alright, so we're going to have to go on the attack here. Trying to get back in this game. I guess do that. Push Olsen and Tudor forward. And then just try and get yourself a goal back here. Come on, boys. It's one goal. Come on. Losing at home to Cardiff would be a very, very bad way to start this episode. And not... 2-0, yeah. Game set match to Cardiff. Disappointing way to start the episode. Very, very poor. Yeah, no one really played well up there today, unfortunately. A couple of 8s in there, but wasn't really enough. Honestly, it's an even game as well, so it wasn't like it was much of a surprise. And as you would expect, the Swansea board are very unhappy with that performance. Alright, so we have to dust ourselves off, and we go up against Palace midweek in the League Cup, so we'll have to bounce back, and bounce back pretty quickly. Saying that in mind, I did rotate a lot of players out. It wasn't really my first team in there, so that could be a reason why we didn't get the victory we wanted. Yeah, as I was saying, basically there could be a reason why we didn't get the result that we wanted. Take a look at the guys again real quick. Julian can't play today, nor can Fellaini really. So leave those two out, and let's go ahead and pick today's team in the League Cup. So left back, we'll put in Olsen again. Vidal right back. Michael Dawson is available today again, which is good. Julian can't play, as we mentioned. Alfie Mawson is injured still. He's almost back to full fitness though, so it'd be good to get him back as an option. Holding midfielder, Kabayi missed out last time. I'll get a start today. Midfield, Fellaini struggling. So we'll have Davy Proper, Matthias Jensen, and then we'll do Leroy Fer. Yeah, we'll do Leroy Fer. Run him to the ground. Might as well have Leroy in there. And then up top today, it's been Bowley, and then it's been between Balotelli and Wilson. But we're going to start Wilfred Boney today. Two physical guys up top. Hopefully that'll make the difference for us. And then we'll just do Mulder, Tudor, Julian, Fellaini, Toure, Jordan Ayew, and Mauro Balotelli. Give Jordan Ayew a run out if possibly can. Wilson has just been poor, to be honest with you, so he doesn't deserve to be in the team. Alright, so here we go. Palace at home in the League Cup. Just got to try and get a victory if possible. Again, I want to do well in this cup competition this year. I want to be able to get to at least the quarterfinals, if not the semi-finals. That would be ideal. We have to wait and see, though. Our form isn't great. Especially after that defeat last time out. And Matthias Jensen gets his first goal for the club. The 22-year-old Danish international. Signed for £7 million as a long-term replacement for Leroy Fer. Alright, so 25 minutes in, and we are still 1-0 up and playing pretty well. Here's a chance perhaps for Palace, though. Alright, come on, boys. Just got to try and get ourselves a second goal. Give ourselves 2-goal advantage. Alright, so 10 minutes left of the half. Doing well. Looks like we're dominating out there. There you go. Jensen gets his second goal of the game. Gets in there, Matthias. Of course, if he starts to play well, he's going to edge himself into the first team even before January. I expect him to take over fully in January once Fer leaves, but if he plays as well as he has done today, there's no reason why he can't get more starts early on. Alright, so 65 minutes. Get in there. There you go. That's game, set, match. Davy Proper back on the score sheet. 12th goal of the season for him. He's been outstanding. Let's bring on Jordan Ayew today. Play him alongside Johan Bolly. Let's bring off... should we bring off anyone else? Nah, leave him on. It's fine. Alright. There we go. Just got to hold on now. 20 minutes left to go. We can just go... We can switch back to normal, be honest with you. Keep a clean sheet. Give the guys at the back a bit of confidence. Alright. 15 minutes left. Yeah, just got to hang out now until we secure the result and go through to the next round. Yeah, we haven't seen the draw yet either for the Europa League. I'm not sure when that draw is. I didn't bother to look it up, and I probably should do, but didn't bother to look it up. So it looks like we're going to win 3-0 here and keep a clean sheet. So that would be muy bien. That'd be a good result, especially after losing to Cardiff at home. That's a result that's going to sting with me for quite some time, losing to Cardiff at home. Alright, so yeah, good result there. Excellent. I think we go to play Liverpool now. In the League Cup 4th round, play Liverpool. Let me see, moving forward, shall we? Yeah, here we go. Europa League round of 32. Who are we playing? We are playing Krasnador, apparently from Russia again. We've already beaten one Russian team to get to this point. Dynamo Moscow. But now we're playing someone who looks a little bit tougher. Krasnodar. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with this team at all. I'm going to have to look a bit more detail through their squad. Like a couple of nice pieces already, especially this guy, Fedor Smolov, Russian international. He's agreed to join Zenit on the 27th of January, apparently. Victor Klassen looks a pretty good Swedish midfielder too. They got some nice pieces. Should be a pretty tough game. I'm not sure when those fixtures are. Let's check that out real quick. Oh, it's coming up soon. In fact, we're playing away in Russia in a couple of weeks' time after we play Arsenal. So, tough. That's a pretty tough situation there. Also, some fixtures got rearranged because of the draw as well. All right, so here we go. We'll push forward, and we'll try and get back to winning ways in the league now up against Everton. Everton away from home. There you go. McBurney apparently is improving. Not really seeing it myself. Let's go to condition of the guys. Everyone should be pretty good to go, to be honest with you. Everyone should be 100%, so I can start rotating some more players around. Obviously, Julian is back today. He'll play instead of... should I stay with Dawson? Got a 9 out of 10, so I can't really drop him. Carl Bartley also had a good game too. Where's Julian? Where is he? Where is Julian? There he is. Christian Julian. There we go. Perfect. Let's go to that. Perfect. Let's look at it. So, Boney played up top last time. Didn't get himself a goal. Let's give Balotelli a run out instead. Fellaini could play instead of Leroy Fer. I'm going to do that. Everything else, honestly, looks pretty good. Not really missing anyone. Callum Wilson, perhaps, but we've already talked about how indifferent and how his form has been so inconsistent. So I'm not really keen to play him if I can avoid it. For the moment in time, I'll give him a break and then maybe bring him back in eventually. All right, so here we go. Everton away from home. I'd like to get back to winning ways if possible. Our form in the league hasn't been good. Cup competitions has been great, as far as Europe goes and as far as the League Cup goes, it's been awesome. But as far as the Premier League, not so much. We could be doing better in that department. All right, so halftime here looks like it's going to be 0-0. Okay, similar story to the Cardiff game. Both teams playing pretty even. Bowley struggling up top actually today. And Morales gets his first goal of the season for Everton, puts them 1-0 up. Okay. Definitely scoring goals is going to be a problem for us here. Yeah, Morales gets a second now. Puts Everton in the driving seat. All right, we'll make some changes then. Ayew and Boney will come on. We'll also bring a Fellaini. Let's bring on Leroy Fer instead. Let's push forward to the middle of the park and see what happens. If we get a goal back quickly, we can maybe salvage something from this game. But it looks like it could be 2 defeats in a row in the Premier League. All right, come on, boys. Yeah, it looks like scoring goals is going to be a problem for our strikers. Bowley hasn't been on... Bowley's done well this season. He's got a 1 in 2.5 record. That's good. But everything else, not so much. So disappointing result. Everton was struggling in the league as well. So it's 2 defeats in a row, 2-0. Not a good result by any sense of the word. So, all right. So changes are going to have to be made for the next game. Arsenal at home. 5 days from now. Clear the squad out real quick. So I've got to work out what I'm going to do striker-wise. I said I was going to rest Wilson, but it's kind of hard for me to justify it when everyone else is playing garbage. Obviously, when Weston comes back, he'll get a run into the side too because he's got himself a few goals, as you can see in Europe this season. All right, let's go. Let's pick the team for today. Everyone should be fine, 100%, I would imagine. Olsen, Vidal, Julian Dawson, I guess. Or Dawson's starting to struggle. Eventually it was going to happen. He was going to drop off. Bartley, how he's looking. He's still not as good as Dawson. Midfield, holding midfield. Kabayi could return to holding midfield today. We'll do Fellaini, Jensen, and Davi. Yeah, we'll do those 3. And then up top, this is where I could change. This is where I gotta do something different. Gotta do something different here. Bowley's been fine. I'm happy with Bowley. Could start Jordan Ayew. Hasn't really shown me much though every time he's played. I gotta stick with Callum Wilson. I know I said I wasn't going to play him a couple games, but I got to stick with him. He's the only one that's even looked like scoring. Balotelli has been a huge disappointment for me since signing. Let's find Ayew and Balotelli. Alright, so here we go. Arsenal at home. Knowing Championship Manager will probably go and win today. Oh, Davy Proper gets himself a goal from the penalty spot. So 13th goal of the season for Davy. Let's see what Arsenal's starting today. Just out of interest, Rob Holding's starting. Jeez. They really are struggling at the back, huh? Not as strong as a team as I would have imagined. But still, tough outfit. You know, never take Arsenal for granted. So half-time, 1-0. And the game's pretty tight. Not many chances for either side so far. Just got to hold on perhaps till the 70-minute mark and maybe make a change. Tactically, maybe we'll go a little bit more defensive. Just try to hold on to this. Because it will be a fantastic win to start to try and kickstart our Premier League campaign again. Yeah, here we go. We'll make those changes now. What we'll do is we'll go to normal. Set the condition of the guys real quick. Everyone else is bringing off. No, everyone's doing okay. To be honest with you, I'm kind of reluctant to make any change because everyone's playing well. We're playing well as a unit. A couple of yellow cards in there, but I'm not too worried about that. All right, let's keep it going. We'll switch to normal. Just got to hold on here for 4 minutes. Come on, just a couple more minutes, boys. Come on, hold on. Get in there. 1-0 win over Arsenal. Big win. Only got one shot on target, and that was the penalty from Davy Proper in the first half. But nevertheless, that is a fantastic win. Arsenal going strong in the league as well. Second place. They are quite a few points behind Man United now, but still, great win, especially after 2 disappointing defeats. So that's good. That's awesome. That's exactly what we needed. Exactly what we needed before we make a trip out to Russia again. We're starting to rack up the frequent flyer miles over to Russia. Yeah, we'll play that one next up on Thursday. Alright, so everyone should be good to go for that one. It's a decent gap between Saturday to Thursday. I don't think we'll have a problem there. Baston and Mawson are available for that game as well. Both will likely go straight into the side, despite that 1-0 win over Arsenal. Alright, so midfield, Jensen I didn't register because he signed after the registration period, so Leroy Fer comes back into the side there. Mawson... Mawson will put on the bench. I'm going to stick with Michael Dawson instead of Mawson, just for now. Eventually, he will take over, and then Mawson will return to the bench when, what was his name again? I forgot his name. It was something very weird, and that's why I haven't learned it yet. Oh yeah, Soyuncu. When Soyuncu signs for us, he'll obviously start. I mean, look how good this guy is. I'm very excited to get him into the side, as well as Ryan Sessegnon on the left back. I'm looking forward to having those 2 players in our team in the future. All right, so on the bench then, Baston definitely will return. In fact, he'll start today. Is he fit? He's 100%, so he'll start today. He's got a great record in Europe, so I'm hoping that'll continue. And everything else looks pretty good. All right, let's get it rocking. Let's get it rolling. Let's try and get a victory here in Russia. Again, try and get an away goal, try and sneak 1 or 2 away goals, and that puts in a really nice spot then for when they go back to Liberty. Alright, 12 minutes in here. Alright, come on boys, 14 minutes, right, so let's try and get off to a good start. If we can, if possible. Difficult conditions, no doubt, in Russia right now. It's November, so you know it's going to be unbearably cold, I imagine. Fellaini, get in there. I wonder if he cut his hair. Because, like, you know, the big afro hair might keep his head warm, especially in Russia. Alright, so, doing well, 1-0. I'll take that. Honestly, if the game finishes 1-0, I'll take it. Any away win in Europe is a good away win. Especially when you keep a clean sheet as well. Alright, so, 80 minutes on the clock. Everything's going as well as I could possibly imagine. No yellow cards, no injuries. Bodie's struggling there, so I'm going to bring on Callum Wilson for him. Let's bring off Davy as well. I haven't said that often. Bring on Davy. He's played pretty much 90 minutes every single game he's been with us. I'm also going to switch to normal off attacking as well, so just to try and solidify the game. Again, I've finished 1-0. I'm going to be very, very happy with this result. Alright, come on boys. Just a couple more minutes now to hold on. There you go, final whistle. That's a really good result away in Russia. definitely superb result. Martin Olsen turning back the years there, getting himself a man of the match performance from the left back position, got myself assist as well. Good performance all around. Very, very happy with that. 1-0 win. Away from home with a clean sheet. Superb stuff indeed. Alright, so a bit of a roll now. Beat Arsenal. Beat Krasnador. Now up against West Ham away from home. They're doing poorly in the league. 19th place, in fact, in the league. So they're having a little bit of a rough time of it. I'm hoping to take advantage of that and make it 3 wins on the bounce. And that should put us in a pretty good position then. Alright, so time to make some changes. Perhaps condition the players. Not quite expecting what I wanted. So instead of Fellaini today, Jensen will go straight back in the side because he's fit. Instead of Bolly today, I'm actually going to give Callum Wilson a start next to Baston. Davy will start the game, but he will most likely not finish it. Mawson's going to go for Dawson. And everything looks great. Alright, let's get it going. Let's get it going. West Ham away from home. Got to try to take advantage of their bad form right now. They've still got a talented team. And they're 1-0 up now. Chicharito gets his 100th goal of his career with a penalty spot. Still, he scored early enough for us to get back in this game. Plenty of time left. Alright, come on boys. 30 minutes on the clock here. Oh, Arnautovic makes it 2-0. Okay, that makes it a little bit more difficult now. Despite having a lot of percentage of possession, we're not getting many shots on targets. In fact, none. We'll push forward for the second half. We'll also bring off Davy, who's struggling. Let's bring on Yaya Toure instead. We'll also bring on Barley for Wilson. Give it a go. So it looks like we're not as unlikely to get our 3rd win on the bounce here. Might end up in a disappointing display away at West Ham. It could be 3-0. Oh, say by Fabianski though. So kept us in the game there, Fabianski, with the penalty stop. 3-0, the game would have been done. Alright, 57 minutes on the clock. 58. Yeah, it's looking more likely we're going to get a defeat here. I mean, attackingly, we've just not been good today. Leroy Ferg gets his 10th of the season. Alright, so maybe it's not quite over yet. Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. We still have one more change left to go. Let's see what we can do here. Instead of Baston, we'll bring on... Oh, who could we do? Baston is, yeah, he's a striker. Bowley is a striker too, natural striker. Alright, so I'm thinking about maybe pushing someone forward here. Haven't really got any attacking players there. So what I might do is this instead. I'm going to do in Leroy Fer, going to keep you on for Kabayi. Kabayi can come off for Balotelli. And then we'll do 3 up top for the last 18 minutes of the game. Don't often go 3 up top. So I have to see how this works out for me. Alright, come on boys. 2 minutes left. Try and sneak an equaliser here. Get in there, Martin Olsen. Awesome. Awesome way to finish the game. First goal of the season. First goal on this save for me. And he gets himself an equaliser here at the London Stadium. So, that's being 2-0 down. I'll take that draw. Not the result I wanted by any sense of the imagination, but still, that's the result we needed. So, on the plus end, started off the episode poorly, losing to Cardiff and then losing to Everton, but we did respond well. 2 wins in a row against Arsenal, then an away trip to Krasnodar, and then 2-2 draw against West Ham, as we know, with a dramatic late equaliser. So, the next episode, because we're about 25-minute mark, I'm trying to keep it about 25 minutes now. I've extended the episode an extra 5 minutes because I feel like you guys are enjoying it, so I'm going to extend the episode, keep edging it forward, and as long as you guys keep enjoying it, I will keep extending the episode lengths. So anyway, Liverpool next up, and then we have Bournemouth, second leg for Krasnodar. Obviously, we are 1-0 up in that tie, so it puts in a good spot, and then we play Man City, Watford, and then Liverpool again. So that'll probably be the next episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. If you are, remember to smash that like button. And if you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe to notifications on. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.